This clip of one of the assistant coaches chasing Caitlin Clark down as she's riling up the crowd. And it seems like she's getting scolded, reprimanded, told, hey, all that hyping up, don't do that. Don't do it. Let's take a look here first. Now here we go. Body language doctor. Body language doctor is out and about. Caitlin Clark's like, what the hell is this?
Whoa, that sounds wild. The Fever coach physically stopping Caitlin Clark mid-celebration? That's definitely not something you see every day in the WNBA. I guess this the kind of moment where the coach's intensity crossed the line, or maybe some serious tension behind the scenes. And fans losing it online. Classic social media frenzy. Got any video or screenshots of the incident? I'd love to help break down what might be going on here. Also, what's the vibe from the players and the league after this?
To the point where she realizes if she gives the ball to Natasha Howard, not only is she not going to get the ball back, but Natasha Howard isn't even going to look in her direction. We have officially reached that.
One moment, Caitlin Clark was electrifying the court, igniting the crowd with her signature energy, doing exactly what makes her the star she is. The next, her own coach morphed into the ultimate celebration cop, physically pulling her back like she just tried sneaking an open water bottle past airport security. You could read it all on Caitlin's face. The shock, the sudden freeze, the unmistakable, when the actual heck just happened, expression. It wasn't pain or frustration. It was the stunned realization that here in Indiana, even moments of pure joy now come with invisible limits.
So look, I don't think it's any secret that I'm not a fan of the Indiana Fever backroom staff. I'm not a fan of what they're trying to do to Caitlin Clark, and I fully believe they're trying to diminish, they're trying to dim the flame of Caitlin, and they're trying to make her fit in to what the WNBA used to be, rather than fit out and be her. I mean that. Like, that is my opinion, and there's no question about that.
And let's be real, this isn't just some isolated incident. It's the latest strange, awkward, and downright frustrating moment in a Sunday that's been simmering since the day Caitlin was drafted. The woman can't even sneeze without someone from her own team trying to shove a micromanagement-loaded tissue in her direction. You'd figure success would buy her some breathing room, but nope. Now, even celebrating has to clear a committee meeting first.
So everybody online is talking about this play during one of the games where, as you're going to see, one of the coaches for the Indiana Fever just went and pretty much almost tackled Caitlin Clark for getting the crowd riled up. Man, why is she doing it? And I want to say that's this lady right here, Karima Christmas Kelly, one of the assistant coaches. And as you seen right there, she just seemed to have went and grabbed the Caitlin Clark as Caitlin Clark was trying to get the team, the crowd amped up for a big time game. And
this woman's been packing arenas, lighting up fan bases, and converting casual sports bros into hardcore WNBA diehards. And yet, the very franchise that ought to be carving statues in her honor is treating her like some overenthusiastic intern who got a little too hyped at a staff meeting. There's a thin line between guidance and sabotage, and this coaching crew is gleefully breakdancing all over it in heels.
But like, this clip getting shown again, and it's just, in my opinion, is completely unacceptable. It is completely unacceptable. Like, if a coach did this to any other player in the league, they'd be fired. Or they'd at least be questionable and being fired. Then goes and hits a step back three on JC Sheldon. And she goes, the whole crowd's going nuts. And she comes, and she's getting subbed off, by the way, at this stage. She's getting subbed off for the game. She doesn't go back in the game at this stage. So it's not like it's a close game. They're up 20. She does not see the floor again. Caitlin Clark is there hyping up the crowd. She's there trying to hype up the crowd. Exactly what you want. Exactly what you want. You want to see this version of Caitlin. You want to see this player. And watch what happens here. So the coach just grabs her. Just grabs her out of nowhere. And I'm like, I don't think there's anything too malicious in that. I don't know if there's anything too malicious. We don't know what's said, but like, you can't just grab.
The management isn't much better. It's like they accidentally stumbled onto a generational talent, then immediately handed her a rulebook titled Dim Your Personality. Share the spotlight with players who can't hit a layup, and never let us look like we're losing control. Caitlin Clark wasn't brought in just to drain threes. She was brought in to flip the entire game on its head. Yet every move she makes feels like it hits an invisible wall of resistance. If it's not mysteriously cutting her minutes, its teammates acting like ball movement is some kind of contagious disease. And now this, her coach physically grabbing her mid-celebration like she's a runaway kid at Disneyland. Come on, that wasn't a simple mix-up. That was a full-on vibe killer. And remember, this girl's been pumping up crowds since college. It's her signature move. It fires up energy, momentum, passion. But instead of embracing it, the Fever staff looks like they'd rather she celebrate quietly in a dark room with a librarian giving her a polite, half-hearted clap. You'd think she broke some sacred protocol. Nope. She broke ratings records. But clearly, that's not enough for a coaching staff more obsessed with appearances than actual wins on the court.
That is transpiring with the Indiana Fever, but I said this yesterday, there is definitely something going on within the locker room, the front office. Something is off, man. This is the third situation in one game we have had involving Caitlin Clark and the coaching staff and pretty much another player. We had the Natasha Howard situation where Caitlin Clark bent down to tie her shoe up because she knew Natasha Howard wasn't even going to pass her the damn ball. And I'm telling you right now, that whole situation is crazy in itself. Ever since DeWanna Bonner been gone, they have simply turned this thing into the Natasha Howard team, bro.
Let's be honest, this isn't about discipline or team unity or any of those PR buzzwords floating around. This is about control. It's a coaching and management crew that looks more threatened by Caitlin's presence than motivated by it. It's insecure. It's unprepared. It's basically saying, we weren't ready for someone this big, so now we're going to shrink her down to fit our comfort zone. It's awkward. It's tone deaf. And honestly, it's heartbreaking because you can see it in her eyes now. When she's benched, when she's pulled too soon, when her teammates go into tunnel vision and act like she doesn't even exist out on the wing, there's a flicker, like a silent scream just beneath the surface. She's a competitor, a pro, a gamer through and through, but she's also human. And this weird, stifling energy from the sidelines, it's wearing her down. The joy is still there, but it's dimmer. The sparkle hasn't disappeared, but it's flickering. Eventually, someone is going to have to ask, why stay? Why keep acting like this is just a developmental year, when what's really happening is a slow, painful erasure of everything that makes Caitlin Clark, well, Caitlin Clark.
Last season in the WNBA, Caitlin Clark was 26.5% of all economic activity. As a rookie, merchandise in the league went up 234%. But here was the one that struck me. Before she got there, the Indiana Fever, the valuation of the franchise was $90 million. After playing, 40 games, the valuation of that team now is $340 million. I don't think it's a game you duplicate. There is no second Steph Curry. There is no other player that plays like that. She could be a billion-dollar athlete. Like, when I see these numbers, I'm like, oh, this is higher.
And honestly, the bigger picture here is even more glaring. There's a whole group of people in charge who clearly don't know how to handle a white woman who's rewriting the playbook in the WNBA. She doesn't slot neatly into their usual storylines. She's not playing politics. She's not fueling identity debates. She just wants to play ball, energize the fans, and win games. That's a problem for those who prefer their narratives tidy, with carefully scripted underdog tales. It's starting to look like she's being penalized for rising too fast, for being too successful, too soon. But the fans? They aren't fooled. They see the tension in the air. They pick up on the silent signals. The way she gets iced out on key plays, the look on her face when she's pulled just as she's heating up, that moment when her coach grabbed her mid-celebration like she just tried to crash a secret base. Excuses aren't cutting it anymore. The real issue isn't Caitlin Clark. It's the people who can't handle what she represents. She's been steady, driven, laser-focused, and a spark for the whole league. She's drawn more attention to the WNBA in a few months than many have in years. But somehow, her own team is treating her like a PR headache instead of the invaluable asset she truly is. Which honestly, is wild. Can you imagine the marketing meetings? Alright team, let's figure out how to put the brakes on our biggest star. Maybe tone down her awesomeness a bit. Genius, right?
Caitlin Clark has been knocked on her ass. She's been knocked on her ass. She's been cheap-shotted. She's been poked in the eye. Everything. They have beat the Connecticut Sun. This is a month ago nearly. The Connecticut Sun beat the crap out of her. Absolutely beat the crap out of each other. But
if this is the direction the Fever keeps heading, don't be shocked if one day Caitlin Clark just walks in, surveys the scene, and says, "Nope, I'm out." There's only so much strange energy, behind-the-scenes sabotage, and career-stifling a person can handle before they decide they've had enough. And when she finally reaches that breaking point, you better believe half the league will be ready to welcome her with open arms and far better coaching. This isn't merely a coaching error. It's a masterclass in mishandling a generational talent. Since day one, Clark's faced obstacle after obstacle. Nike dragging its feet on her signature shoe like it was some underfunded Kickstarter, the league's slow-walking protection from cheap shots and public criticism, and now, her own team acting more like handlers than enablers. That moment her coach physically grabbed her mid-celebration? It wasn't just a touch, it was a symbol. A metaphor for everything she's been forced to endure since becoming the face of the league. As oh yeah, fans are frustrated. They're watching their star player get held back, both on and off the court, and they're sick of being told to trust the process when the process looks broken. You can't build a franchise around a generational talent and then treat her like she needs to be babysat through summer camp. Enough is enough.
Somebody had put on there, has this coach been reprimanded, suspended, fired? This is really terrible behavior. What is happening behind the scenes? If the WNBA wants to do an investigation, they might want to look into the Fever staff treatment of Caitlin Clark. And you see right here, women are equal, correct? We all know the story. This would be if there were a male coach, why the double standard? Fire her. Coach's posture is interesting. I remember seeing it live and thought it was weird.
Either the Fever get their act together, or they risk losing the very force that made them relevant in the first place. Because if Caitlin Clark finally decides she's had enough, it won't just be Indiana that feels the fallout. The entire WNBA will watch the best thing to happen to the league walk away from all the nonsense and never look back. At this point, it honestly feels like the Fever are giving a masterclass in how to lose a superstar in 30 days. If this were a rom-com, Caitlin Clark would be packing her bags while Kelly Clarkson belts out a dramatic anthem in the background. That's swagger. The energy that used to pour from every three-pointer, every hype gesture, every electric moment is flickering. This isn't about a shooting slump or rookie jitters. This is a franchise actively draining the joy from the game for the one player who made basketball fun again for millions. It's like watching a unicorn slowly morph into a mule because someone in upper management decided glitter was too distracting.
No one is giving you a chance, and it's not fun no more. Angel Reese fans no longer making it fun. They've been very draining and exhausting. The Caitlin Clark haters is no longer making it fun. They draining and exhausting. Your fans, some of the CC fans are no longer making it fun. They are draining and exhausting. No one, not one, is giving you the opportunity in your era to grow, for you to get better. Everyone has high expectations of you because of what you did your first year.
From a business standpoint, it's pure insanity. There's no spreadsheet, no algorithm, no PowerPoint deck that can justify stifling Caitlin Clark. She's not just a player. She's a brand, a media magnet, a revenue engine with a jump shot. But here comes the Fever, clipboard in hand, thinking maybe if they squeeze a little harder, they'll finally stop her from smiling altogether. Mission accomplished, geniuses. Because let's be real, Caitlin Clark hasn't truly smiled in weeks. Who can blame her? Drafted into dysfunction, thrown into a locker room with ice-cold chemistry, coached like a liability, and stuck with teammates who treat passing to her like it voids their warranty. Every game feels like a group project where the star student gets graded on someone else's sloppy work. And when she dares to spark some personality, she gets grabbed, benched, iced out, or scolded. The message is clear. Dim it down, Caitlin. Be less.
Caitlin Clark getting basically wrecked. This is one of the worst decisions that I have ever seen any league engage in. Caitlin Clark is the biggest draw for a team sport in my life relative to the audience that would be fans of the sport without her. Bigger than Michael Jordan was for the NBA, bigger than any NFL star has ever been. All of those sports were very popular before those athletes got there. Caitlin Clark is the golden goose. Every game she is dropping golden eggs, and they are trying to strangle the golden goose to death. It's one of the dumbest things I've...
It's wild that a league desperate for eyeballs would let this happen. The WNBA finally gets its ratings queen, and instead of rolling out the red carpet, they hand her a script titled How to Conform and Alienate Fans in 10 Easy Steps. She's being picked apart for every expression, criticized for every emotion, told to share a spotlight she built with pure talent and charisma. When the vibe is this hostile, even the most unshakable players wobble. Caitlin's not just navigating defense on the court. She's dodging weird politics, subtle resentments, and backroom whispers designed to break her before she even fully arrives. And let's talk trade. If this is how the Fever treat their franchise savior, maybe it's time for an amicable split. She's not perfect. Nobody is. Rookie mistakes?
Sure.
Questionable shots?
Yeah.
Brash? Absolutely, but that edge, that fire, that unapologetic aura is exactly what made her unstoppable in college. The Fever clearly don't want it. So let her go. Set her free. Send her to a franchise that actually gets what a once-in-a-generation player looks like, and doesn't try to smother her with mediocrity and micromanagement.
Now, I said this yesterday. I'm all for the veteran players. But at the end of the day, did we all forget that this is Caitlin's team? Like, did y'all just throw that whole situation out the window? Number 1 draft pick, rookie of the year, breaking all the damn records like they're scratch-offs? Bruh, what is we doing here, dog? I mean, Stevie Wonder could see that they tripping, man, at this point in time. I mean, I want to see the Caitlin we seen at Iowa. What happened to the Iowa CC? The greatness. I mean, bruh, we haven't seen the Logo 3 in a month, bruh.
Because here's the thing. You can't change Caitlin Clark without breaking her. You can't shove her into the respect your elders, wait your turn box, and still expect fireworks. She was built to lead, not blend in. Born to shoot from the logo, light up the scoreboard, not tiptoe around fragile egos who think hustle points matter more than wins. Trying to remake her into some quiet, watered-down version of herself isn't just dumb, it's expensive. Every bad pass she's forced to watch sail over her head, that's the marketing opportunity dying in real time. She came in fresh off record-breaking college performances, bursting with confidence, carrying more momentum than the entire league combined. And now, she looks like she's wondering if she left the stove on back in Iowa. Make no mistake, this isn't about rookie growing pains or adjusting to the pros. It's about an ecosystem too stuck in the past to embrace someone who's bigger than their outdated rules. If the league and the Fever are scared of Caitlin Clark being too much, they were never ready for success in the first place.
Hey, Caitlin Clark, this is for Caitlin. If you're not Caitlin, keep it pushing. Okay, this is for Caitlin only. Caitlin, what I'm about to tell you as a supporter of yours, as a fan of yours, that has been watching you since Iowa, I'm gonna hold your hand when I tell you this. The WNBA, it's time to wrap that shit up, okay? It's time to go. Pack your shit up. Let's go. I don't want this for you no more, okay? I've been here. I don't want this for you no more. It's too much. Too much expectation. It's all about race. It's too biased. Everybody just wants.
What's baffling is how preventable all this was. All they had to do was lean in, give her the ball, give her the freedom, give her the space to be exactly what they claim to celebrate. But instead, it's been pushback, passive-aggressive coaching, suspect rotations, a bizarre refusal to play to her strengths, and now, this strange campaign to drain her spirit in broad daylight. Here's the twist. Clark may be down, but she's not out. SO, fever, WNBA, and everyone pretending this is just rookie growing pains. Wake up. Stars like this don't come around often. And when you treat them like they're replaceable, they become unavailable somewhere. Another team is watching this train wreck unfold and quietly clearing cap space, knowing Caitlin Clark doesn't need Indiana. But Indiana, without her, they're just another forgettable name on the schedule. Let her go before she's the one who pulls the plug and takes the entire league's spotlight with her.